Welcome everyone to the DropBearGamers podcast. This is week one, take two actually, and we're going to introduce everyone around. So my name's phoogle. I'll be your beautiful bearded host this evening. Right above me will be Easton. Would you like to introduce yourself, Easton?
Howdy all, I'm Easton Xanatos. I'm one of the co-owners of DropBearGamers, mainly the face of it because the other admins like to play a more silent role. We're here really just to promote DropBearGamers as the best community to join.
Very social community. Alright, we have Elk,
Up.
who's pretty quiet tonight. What's your involvement with DropBear, Elk?
I know, I'm just the guy that bums around. If any problems come my way, I try to deal with them the best I can. Up from that.
Beautiful. And we have It's Reebelt.
Hey, how you going, guys?
Just so everyone knows, I'll probably refer to him as James because he likes to change his name. Alright, so
You don't want to see that. You really don't want to see the number of stickers that he's got on his driver's license.
Yeah, change names every week.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, Alex, you want to give everyone a bit of a rundown of DropBearGamers, who we are, and where we came from?
Quite simple. DropBearGamers originally started as one of the clans that pretty mainly focused on Battlefield 3 when it first came out. So I believe that was around November 11. We've mainly aimed towards being a more family-oriented community, so a community for all ages, where everything is monitored and kept to a minimum. Just no charlatans, no sort of riff-raff. Obviously, we've got some channels for that we tend to lock certain members in.
Yeah, locking, you can't get out. Sorry.
Yeah. But no, we've really just tried to push it to be a social community that literally everyone can jump on and feel welcome and wants to jump on the next day. Can't wait to get home from work or can't wait to get home from school and start playing with the friends.
Beautiful. And yeah, I got started about the same time as Easton. Who was our original member, Ninja, is not seen so often anymore. So the two of us and a couple of others have been filling the role. But yeah. So what sort of gaming influence do we all have?
A lot. When did we start gaming? I would say probably 4 or 5, and Phil, I think you came out with a keyboard in your hands.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I can't honestly remember a day where we didn't have a computer that I played a game on. So there you go. Or an Atari or an NES or anything else.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we shouldn't mention those previous ones to Windows computers because people might actually pick up how old we actually are.
Yeah, that's true.
Dinosaur over here.
No, gosh, don't be like that. Far out.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Reebelt? What have you been?
Main things that I can remember, I had a similar an Atari system kind of thing where it had Pong and stuff, and then from there, Nintendo 64 was probably my biggest system, Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Mario, GoldenEye, Mario Party, just basically every single title from Nintendo. So,
Yep. So a bit of a console kid to start with, you reckon?
yeah, and Pokemon, and just moved on in.
You could not beat them on long car trips at all.
Oh, Pokemon, man! The Adelaide to Sydney car trips, Easton.
Oh, chicken invaders, but we'll get to that at a later stage.
Yeah, that's right. That's
I
right.
think I much prefer the longing looks out of windows, just staring out there for hours on end.
Obviously, you've never done
Could
Adelaide
you imagine
to Sydney
if
trips.
Can you imagine being a kid now, with a handheld gaming console, backlit screens, man? It's the future.
Yeah. Oh wow. Well, I remember the first trip we did when I would have been Pokemon Red or Blue. I can't remember. I think I had Red, and Mum used to get we'd be driving from Adelaide to Sydney, and Mum would just get annoyed, for lack of better words, because my Game Boy didn't have a backlight, so I had to flick the light on the side of the thing and turn the music right down, and that was the day. That was the day.
I understand your pain immensely. Obviously, Game Boy Color is started off with. Yeah, you could actually buy these.
The little clip-on thing.
No, the custom lights. It was basically like a little flexible street light that you just put over your
Yeah, I
Game
had
Boy.
one of those.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool. But yeah, in terms of like computer gaming, started off with like Age of Empires, which I got out of like a cereal box.
What?
Oh
And,
yes,
cornflakes?
I
The
remember that.
Nutrigrain like had so I started playing that, and then I started with just RTS.
RTS games,
Yeah, Red Fraction.
Command and
Age of
Conquer.
Empires. I didn't play Command and Conquer, but yeah, just like games like that, and then
No, get out. No, sorry.
Easton was that was the game that Easton used to beat me at. I could never beat him at Command and Conquer.
That and June, but June didn't make an appearance onto Windows until really June 2000. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
and
you
then-
go.
yeah, and then I guess we moved through like PlayStation, and I was a PlayStation gamer. Never really got into Xbox.
Yep.
And,
Fair enough. Well, so
pretty well rounded.
these days, I guess, what do we all play? What's the community mainly? We've got League of Legends, we've got Counter-Strike Source, Go.
Global.
There's a flashback.
The pay to win look pretty system.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, look pretty system.
Yeah, the pay to look pretty system. You can't beat it.
Does this thing make your gun work any better? No, but it looks good.
No,
it looks good.
I can die in style.
I kill you, definitely.
Yeah, I can die in style.
Dude, skins. Like it's better
League
than the
skins.
crystal system, right?
Yeah.
You know, get
Yeah.
extra crystals. For
Yeah.
power.
Yes.
I'm still under the firm belief that if you have a better looking skin, you clearly play better.
Yeah, that's
you play
right.
Dragon Law. You
Oh,
KDS, man. Easy.
Alternatively, you've probably stolen your mum's credit card.
But let's not talk about that.
Look,
Let's not talk about
but
that.
I might
find
trade
out.
some back later and get it back for her. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
No, that's
Or
right.
bet
And
it
then
all and lose it.
there's a couple of us playing old school RuneScape. We've got a few boys playing that now.
Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah, we've on and off had Minecraft servers. I don't know how many times now over the years. So that was
Let's just face it. Unleashed is the best of all. You cannot beat
feed the beast. Feed the beast.
Right, Minecraft's alright game. It gets boring pretty quickly, but you always go back to play it eventually.
Yeah, that's right.
It gets boring when you're playing it by yourself. It's like you play it with friends, and infinitely it becomes way more frustrating and way more fun.
And you make everything indestructible because people are annoying, and then you want to play by yourself, and it's great. I don't know what you're worried about.
Great.
Alternatively, you be like Elk, and when you said, I'm going to glass someone, he literally fills up an entire base with glass.
It's
Well, at least it's
impressive.
easy to break.
It was literally like 7,000 stacks of glass to fill this one guy's house.
Oh,
I mean,
nice. Very
we
nice.
play
It
a
took
bit
him.
of,
It took him all night.
We also play a bit of survival, like Daisy. Ark.
Yep, Ark, yep.
7 days.
Yeah, actually, there's a few boys that still play
H1Z1.
7 days.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, new
Yeah, I
updates
mean-
made it good.
It's pretty sparse, and feels a bit of a resident
Tanker.
Tanker, yeah. I love my World of Tanks. We've just started streaming that now, which is good, but also scary, because, yeah, people can see me.
Dude, you've got a beard. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think many people can
Thank you very
complain.
much. Yes,
People
it's-
just think about how wise you are.
Yes,
All they
yeah,
think
so
about. They
wise.
don't think about. They don't think. No, they don't see it if you make a mistake in game. They're just looking at that beard.
Yeah,
So you
it's
reckon
like, I have to
webcam,
give
half
way,
of the
so-
screen is webcam, and then just
Yeah.
like a little bit of gameplay on the side.
Yeah, it's literally like if you put donate to DropBearGamers now, it's nothing. It's like for my beard. There's
For
like
my
money
beard,
just
yeah.
coming in.
For my beard.
I need the bearding oils. Yes.
Yes.
But yeah. All right. Well, tonight we might have a bit of a focus on the League of Legends. I personally started back
League of Lego.
the old
Yeah.
League of Legends, as Spazu would say. But yeah, so I started back season 2. Easton got me into the game. Him and Shawnee, who's not here tonight. got me into the game. Season 2 was scary times.
Yeah, back when things were stupid, items were being removed from the game. Oh wait, I'm just talking about like League of Legends in general.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing's changed. No,
nothing's changed.
Rest in peace. What was it? Is it Heart of Gold?
Heart of Gold.
Heart of Gold. Phosphorus
and
Stone.
Stone.
Yeah.
And let's not even talk about the magic resist armor. Force of Nature.
Yeah, that's the one.
Let's just make an OP item and then realise that it was 100% buy rate.
Yeah, remove it. But yeah, so Season 2 for me, predominantly I'd say jungler mainly. I've pretty much played everything. I would say I'm, silver, mid-silvers, been high as gold once. Yeah, that's about me. Easton?
Yeah, as phoogle said, Season 2 mainly had a balance towards ADC, although I did flirt with a few other lanes. Jungler, Evelyn was a lot of fun to play. It was just literally my go-to pick in jungle, and who can ever forget the annoying Lux laugh when you pick the sorceress skin and you just spam laugh
for days.
It literally frustrates anyone. It's better than picking Teemo.
The Teemo, what's the Cottontail Teemo? I don't know, that laugh gets you.
I don't know, the Nunu bot has to be the single most annoying.
Yeah, Nunu and Lulu.
Or Shaco laugh.
Shaco, yeah, well that's just annoying, because he can laugh and he can be invisible and you still hear him.
Yeah, it's very funny, and you just literally just spam laugh running around them invisible, and they're just like, oh crap, he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like pressing the taunt just before you backstab them Q.
Yeah.
So he says like, I'm gonna make you disappear, and then you
backstab Q.
Make them disappear.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And what
I'm gonna make you disappear.
The voice acting skills begin.
I know.
Reebelt,
what Hamill in the house, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Who So whenabouts did you start, Reebelt?
I started, I think, around like the middle of Season 3, or like towards the end of Season 3.
Is that right before OCE became? Yeah,
just before. It was like level 14 or something when the things changed across.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, you didn't feel too much cancer then?
Yeah.
No, he felt it way more. It's like I'd rather be dealing with the NA community. Sorry, OCE.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I started as the top laner playing Nasus and Tryndamere. Just like hyper scaling like top laners.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I like the jungle like a lot. I've really been putting a lot of work into that. And ADC. But I can play everywhere. Like I pride myself on being able to kind of flex across the whole game. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good. And we have a resident, 2 games? 3 games, Elk.
Two games.
Two games in total, League of Legends player in here tonight. So he's going to have all the insights.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you all the tips and tricks about the game.
Alright, so what's, first impressions, what did you actually think of League?
Better than Smite. You want to make a few enemies, but a few fans at that. But League's pretty good. It's alright.
Yeah. Did you ever play any other MOBAs other than Smite?
No. Never played any. My brother's like, oh, Smite's the best thing in the world. So I'm like, alright, I'll give it a go. This is pretty boring. Not my thing. I tried League.
Yep.
So much better. I actually enjoyed it. I played with East in the first game.
Gosh, guys. Didn't turn your phones off.
Yeah.
So you play with Easton first, did you?
Yeah, I played Easton my first game, teach me how to do everything. He was useless, just stealing all my kills the entire time, just wait for me to damage him all and steal my kills.
Easton was stealing a kill. No, that's not Easton, he wouldn't do that.
No, he would never do that.
No.
That doesn't sound like him.
No, it does not sound like me. I play support.
Yeah, support.
I take the kills, you take the creeps.
I need these kills to help you support better.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
I need these kills for 1300 AP. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Measure
Second game
or
I
support.
played with
Always good
was with Pappy, our resident cancer mic person.
He's fine.
That's
Don't worry
Cookie
about
Monster. Let's just face it. Like,
Yeah.
we'll show you in one of the episodes that we won't actually tell him that his microphone is AIDS.
that. Yeah,
And
that's right. We'll see what happens.
We'll probably have a few people not watch the podcast
Or we can just
anymore.
insert cancer here.
Yeah.
And just
actually,
turn down the headphones.
I'll tell you what we could do is we could actually have a warning flash up on screen saying, warning, the microphone is about to be AIDS.
Yeah, and then tell him to change it.
Yeah.
He has to change it every time he jumps in TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
Never does it, but he should.
Yep. No, that's cool. All right. Well, so I guess probably the first thing we can sort of talk about is how the meta's changed since we've been in the game. So, like, I remember when we first started, I remember people doing double jungles, so that would have been, end of Season 1, start of Season 2, people were still doing that. You'd see, like, an Alistair Blitzcrank double jungle, which was weird. That would have been the last of it.
That was mid Season 2, more so.
Okay, yeah. So I remember that, so that was pretty funny. I remember ADCs going mid always, which has started happening now again, but ADCs going mid, and then the support would be bottom with the AP carry, which was, I guess, it can work perfectly fine. There's no reason why not.
It really works well, especially in this current meta. It throws off a lot of people that with
you go
ADCs.
like a mage combo, lockdown combo or something.
Yeah, mage lockdown, like a burst lockdown. I'll tell you what, ADCs just do not have their time to farm, and you constantly put them on the edge. It forces the jungler to sit bottom lane permanently.
Yeah. It's good
fun. I saw recently a Veigar Lux.
Yeah,
Bottom.
Lux Leona is one of the most powerful combos there is.
Yep.
Just purely their passives work off each other so well.
Yeah, yeah, and then you've got things like Annie Brand and what else?
Yep.
Just trying to think. Well, you can go Bruiser bot lanes as well, but yeah. So I remember seeing Mage bot a lot. I think the current meta, outside of you watching pro play, I'd say the current meta is pretty alright. Like, it's good because it creates a lot of area, because so many people are so used to things happening a specific way that when you mess with that and troll, it can work.
At the minute, though, I've noticed it's a real heavy tendency towards assassins more so than tanks.
Yeah, well, it's having a bit of a switch. So I would say, well, James, you probably play ranked more than most of us. Would you say, like, recently, I've seen that it's going back to tanks again because there's so many assassins in the game?
Yeah, I think from what I've seen, like, pro play brought back tanks, and then it kind of takes like a couple of months for everything to like filter down.
Yeah.
But like at high elo, people are like playing just tanks. I mean, you can't actually play like anything like Riven and Fiora, because Fiora was the critical one because she could kill tanks.
Yeah.
So once they nerfed her into the ground, then the tanks came back.
Yeah.
So
there were
still
a few others, obviously, but
you still saw a few bruisers that could do it.
Cap.
Yeah, I mean, people like Renekton are just dead. Like, you can't play them in the top lane. Like, they just get outscaled by the tanks.
Yeah. And then the amount of times you see, like, random picks at the moment, just, like Echo, they just nerfed him in the latest patch that's about to be released, or was released today, I think, on OCE.
Yeah, that's the new patches as well, but they were warning of the mages. They're changing, like, a good percentage of the mages.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because it's turret release.
I just got up to date on all the changes.
Cool.
Cassiopeia, Brand, Vel'Koz, Malzahar, and there's two more.
Yeah, Azir's another one.
Annie's getting a change too.
Yeah, and he's having
Zara.
more,
Did you actually? I saw the Zara rework.
Yeah,
On PvE.
I'm
It looks
very
pretty
keen
cool.
for it.
Vlad.
She's too clunky at the minute. None of her spells seem to mesh quite well.
Yeah, well, I would say that she's too like for her damage range. So if you're versing someone like I don't know, an Azir or a Rise or
a
someone
highly mobile burst.
Well, Azir, yeah. LeBlanc, all their abilities are equal or longer distance than hers are, except for her ultimate. So her snare is the only thing that is longer than it, but if you're going max range snares, someone's just going to walk out of the way. So that's, and she's relatively predictable in how her seeds work. So I was watching the PBE releases. The seeds are they've changed to have a very similar to Alawi mechanic. They're every 20 to 30 seconds.
I think it's every 7 seconds.
Is it?
It's very short. Yeah.
Okay. I only watched the first little bit. But so we'll spawn on randomly around you, or relatively randomly. It's sort of like north, south, east, west style. And
it prioritizes like bushes and stuff like that as well. Like it's pretty good.
Yeah, and then you also get stacks still as well.
Yeah, I think the Malzahar one's probably like Malzahar and Cassiopeia are the two biggest ones.
Yep.
Malzahar's pretty much getting a free Banshee's Veil every 12 seconds.
Yeah. Wow.
Basically stops the first incoming attack.
That's cool.
Like spell or anything.
Might be OP, but it's.
Yeah, I think they'll probably need to increase the time on it, but they're not that. And then Cassiopeia is no longer being able to have boots purchased. She passively gains move speed over the course of the game.
Okay, and so then you will have gold for another item, I guess.
You have another item.
It's like a Victor,
anyway.
Yeah, so she's going to have passive movement speed, and her W has been changed to have a fixed distance.
Yep.
And it shoots out in an arc instead of just... So it's 5 of the old Ws in an arc.
Okay. Alright, so they're trying to...
It stops dashes, flashes, any like movement-based spell.
Huh.
So like Lucian E or... Ezreal, is it E as well?
Arcane Shift, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting because
in the field.
That sort of brings up that whole point where there's the whole of season 4. They literally brought out every champion they brought out had a dash or a mobility or a jump. Like they just had some form of mobility. So
like a movement speed boost or something.
Yeah, just something that gave them extra mobility. And it's nice to see us like with the Poppy rework, with the anti dash flash whatever.
Yeah. Yes, I was thrown across the map with the Poppy.
No, I don't mean that.
Time. So no, well, it's the first time I've actually played against her since her rework. So.
Oh, there you go. You play so much these days, don't you, Ethan?
I know.
But yeah, so no, it's interesting to see they're bringing out more things. Like, well, the Azir wall was probably one of the first ones too, wasn't it? The Azir ultimate. So.
And then Brand's changes consist of his passive is being changed and it stacks now. So he gets like. It's like an explosive kind of stack around him, and then when it explodes, it can move to other people inside the AoE.
Okay, so like his passive off his W wall, like the flame movement.
So when you put the ignite on someone or whatever it's called, used to be called,
the burn,
blaze or whatever it is.
Targets a blaze.
It puts a ring around someone, and then it can infect other people inside that AoE.
Okay. So it's turning into a Malzahar Space AIDS.
It's kind of more like Tristana. It's really similar to like Tristana, except like it's kind of like a burst, and then anyone inside of that circle also gets the same effect on them, and it is cascades between anyone. Like it's kind of knock-on effect.
Yep.
So it does
like
that,
and
then.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, the ulti is just a bounce, but
It's like
yeah.
It's like
bounces.
an AOE. It's
Yeah.
like an AOE kind of explosion.
Yep.
Kind of like his pillar of flames, but it kind of keeps infecting other people.
People as it goes out. No, that's really
Yeah.
cool.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, it's good. I like to see. That's the one thing that has always kept me coming back to League is that it doesn't seem to matter how long the game is out. It still gets more popular. Like they don't seem to be dropping in users, which is amazing for a game that's been six years old now.
Admittedly, like people have several accounts.
Well, that's true, but as in active users. I'm not talking
active users.
total accounts. I'm talking active users. And also the pro scene, coming from the outside of what StarCraft 2, Counter-Strike, Call of Duty a little while ago, not so much nowadays. There's not really a big pro scene. Dota 2's got a big pro scene now.
They've
Call of,
always
I
had a
mean,
big pro scene.
League of Legends is literally
Call of
like
Duty,
a pro scene, like a proper
not
pro
Call of
scene.
Duty. Counter-Strike. I mean, it's huge, right?
Yeah, it is.
Um,
yeah.
It's big. It's not that big. The prize pool's just been increased to $1 million, which is big for Counter Strike, tiny by League
Yeah,
Dota's
that's right.
standards. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's probably one of the fastest growing esports out there at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think prize pool wise, you still got StarCraft 2 and League would be the highest earning.
Dota 2 is, but
it's getting there.
Yeah, the championship admittedly has got higher prize pools, but it's sort of the off seasons are not that great.
Yeah. But yeah, so what was I going to say? Yeah, so it's interesting to see with League how even over the few years that I've been playing, they don't go stale, and I really like that. I like how they've made the bruiser changes.
Something.
They've made the like in the last year they've done the bruiser changes. They've done the marksman changes. They're about to do the mages. Before that, they did the map changes.
The jungle changes as well.
Yeah, and the visual rework as well, and it's just it's interesting.
Have you guys had a look at the new dragons?
Yep, the Elder Dragon you're talking?
Yeah, well, no, like there's 5 new dragons.
Oh, is that does it appear different for each team depending on the dragons they've beaten, or?
So basically, what happens is there's 4 different dragons that can randomly spawn.
Okay.
Each benefit a different type of team comp.
And that's in the dragon pit or around the map.
So you've got a red dragon, you've got a fire dragon, you've got an earth dragon, a water dragon, and an air dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is one of them randomly spawns at the start of the game, and then as you take each one, another random one spawns.
Okay.
And then that continues up until 35 minutes, and then after that, the elder dragon spawns, and he is basically a bot side baron.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you
So
take
like a
the
5th
Baron,
dragon type.
it is the 5th dragon passive essentially.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So basically a bot side objective to trade if someone takes Baron.
Yeah.
So the passives across the dragons are the fire dragon is the team fighting one, so it increases champion killing power.
Mm-hmm.
And then the earth dragon increases damage to turrets and epic monsters. And then water dragon increases health and mana regen, which is to increase with siege and poke.
Yep.
And then the air dragon gives you increased combat speed, which helps you outmaneuver. Okay. So each passive stacks. So say if you get 2 earth dragons, then you can doubly take towers.
Yeah, right. Okay, so when you say randomly, it's not up until 5. This one, then this one, then this one, then this one. It's you could get 3 Earths in a row. It's probably very unlikely, but
you can get 5 in a row.
Well, the 5th one's going to be an Elder, but yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's going to be
really
like
cool.
randomly spawning dragons. Yeah. So you can choose whether you want to fight over them or not. Now
That's really cool.
And say if it's a siege comp one and you've got a siege comp, you'd really prioritize that dragon over.
Yeah, you'd sacrifice.
And the other
a
team would
few
want to be
deaths
doing
for
the
them.
same thing because they don't want you to have extra siege. Yeah.
Yep. And basically, once the dragon is killed, it will notify both teams which is the next dragon that's going to be spawning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be
User
pretty
joined your channel.
Google streaming again.
User was moved out of your channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting.
Pretty
I'd
interesting.
say.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Thanks, Easton. Yeah. Well, that's really cool. Like, with I would say just to get a bit of a comparison from you, Elk, with Counter-Strike, is there are they doing things to keep the game present?
Yes and no, not to the same extent as League. Like, they added a new gun a while back, which Alex or Easton knows all about too well.
Is this the revolver?
Yeah. He's the only person that I know that can use the revolver better than any gun out there. Which isn't saying much for Alex. He's gonna hate me for this, but he's pretty terrible with everything else. So
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm pretty terrible with the stock standard choices, like,
with the stock standard,
the M4, the AWP, the AK. Can't use any of them. Give me an SMG, I know how to use them well.
It's really irritating.
The
to play with him.
UMP-45.
Yep.
You say,
Shotguns, amazing. Revolver, I can compete with AWPers. Can't use an AWP.
It's really irritating to play with him. Alright, we get 5 people, we're all playing together, all working together as a team, call a save round. Everyone saved or just bought a P250 or whatever. You look over to Alex, he's bought a Nova, Armor, a Zeus, no nades because he never uses nades, and an R8. And he just walks out and gets 3 kills. I'm like, why can't you do this when we're on a proper buy? Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a proper buy means that they've got, like, 5 AWPs.
No, our proper
I've done
buy,
that before.
not yours.
But the problem with AWPs though is they don't give a lot of money per kill, right? So you
No,
want
I
to
know.
try and maximize the amount of money
Yeah,
you get.
yeah.
Admittedly, neither do Zeus's, but it is certainly a intimidation factor that you were just killed by a Zeus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Zeus gives 0 kill reward, the AWP kill gives 100, your standard rifles give 300, your SMG 600, and your
Knife
P90.
is 1,000.
Knife is 1,000 or 1,500. I'm not exactly sure. I don't get too many knife
1,000, I'm
kills.
pretty sure.
Okay.
And your shotguns are 900.
Yeah.
That's your standard money from
The
game.
auto shot is 600, just because it's a cheats weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same with P90. P90 is only 300 instead
Yeah,
of 600.
because, like, seriously, stop using it. We're sick of it.
Yeah, we're sick of it. But as Phil was saying, they're not adding as much as League. They're adding guns every now and again, but what they're doing is they're more fine-tuning the game, so every time you get an update or whatever, it will be something to do with the rifles. Like, they'll change the... Not the
Spray
spray
pattern
pattern, but
slightly,
the randomness of the spray pattern to make people try and go for tap shooting more, or...
Yeah, rather than holding down the trigger, because there's really one gun that can do that successfully, and that is the P90.
No, you mean the Negev, right?
The headshot
like,
machine.
Negev, like, you hold the trigger, and I'm surprised you don't end up, like, laying flat on your back. The gun kicks so badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still get a random headshot every second time you use it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's got like I think 3/4 of a second refresh. So if you're tapping every 3/4 second, the gun is like dead accurate. It's stupid.
The gun's pretty accurate themselves, but with Counter-Strike, that they don't do big changes like League. They don't bring in new guns that often.
Oh, they did a big change, and I tell you what, the community went nuts over it.
That's right.
It was so bad with the R8 when it first came out.
Yeah.
They updated it that night.
Yeah.
That's how bad they screwed it up.
Yeah, it was more powerful than the AWP.
Yeah, so basically what happened is the moment they released it, it was 100% competitive buy. You would buy it instead of an AWP or an AK.
Yeah. And the R8,
Chest shot. Yeah,
So
a chest shot would kill someone.
Yeah. What type is an assault rifle?
No, the revolver is a
Oh,
pistol.
the R8, right.
A pistol.
Yeah.
It's a replacement for your deagle.
Yeah.
So the things that they did to it to kind of even it out, they made it I think it's second and half trigger pull if you're left clicking, or an inaccurate shot with a right click.
Yeah, the feather the hammer. Yeah, sort of gunslinger style. But no, what happened is on the first release, what you could do is you could basically cock the gun ready to go off instantly around a corner.
Yeah. Yep.
So what you do is it cost you one bullet, but as you held down the trigger and fired, you then locked the fan ready to just click fire, and you could literally run around. You've got 7 bullets that are instantly ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it made it, and it was like 100% accurate. So
running full tilt, jumping, no matter what, like dead on the point.
Yeah, right. So they had to fix that real fast, obviously.
There's like, we're sorry.
Well, at least that's it. At least they're balancing the game. I think that's something that they have probably over League, and a lot of MOBAs.
League takes like a minimum of a week to fix a bug that they've got.
A lot of the times
they do disable it. If it's that bad, they'll disable it so that they can fix it with the next patch.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is with League, you got to remember there's 130 champions now. There's 70, 80 items.
And like
actually, I don't know,
20 million
more
players,
items.
something like that.
Well, there was an interesting thing I was reading the other day saying there's more active users of League of Legends in the world than there are that live in France. People that live in France. So the entire population of France could potentially be playing League of Legends. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's like 70 million people or something ridiculous. So it's literally the when did Lee? Actually, I probably should look it up, but so I don't say something wrong. But League.
I love Google. Google's amazing.
I'm gonna Google this quickly. But so because you played World of Warcraft a lot, didn't you, Ethan?
Yeah, quite a bit. Okay, look, I apologise in advance, everyone. I am one of those nasty players that likes to sit in low-level areas and kill people. And then I like to play a game of hide and seek with level 90s, level 100s. It's lots of fun.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna come straight out and say it. I'm not bothered.
Yeah. Oh no. Admittedly, it is a lot of fun. Because they go, like it's been half an hour, he hasn't showed back up. He must have gone somewhere else. Yeah. No, I've just gone and made dinner, and it's like I'm coming back now, and they've left. I'm free to do whatever I want again.
Yeah. I was just having a quick look. So there are currently over 70 million users on League of Legends. Over 1 billion hours played every month, if you add it all together.
And that's been going, we're in Season 6 now, aren't we?
Yeah, and it's only going up. The stats are still going up, obviously. It's not going up exponentially as fast as what it was like it used to, but it's still a consistent growth.
Season 2,
It's really the first game, I would say, that when you say it's got a pro scene, people go, rightio, whatever, and then you're like, no, it's actually got like summer and spring splits, off seasons. It has international tournaments. It has qualifying and a full like American style playoff series system.
Oh wait, hang on. It's also got Fantasy League.
Yeah, and you can do fantasy leagues.
Let's not forget that, please.
Yep, and there's betting and there's all sorts of stuff. The biggest thing I would say would be what scares me is the Staples Center.
Yeah, Riot does not condone betting.
Yeah, that's right. We know that. Doesn't mean Easton doesn't do it. No. I was going to say, so the Staples Center, the Worlds, when it was at the Staples Center, they had more people watch live, whether it be at the stadium or online, than they had the Super Bowl that year. So for American Super Bowl. So equivalent thing, they had more people watching. And you'd think, oh wow, it's just a computer game, but it's pretty amazing.
The atmosphere is just it's something electrifying. It's an atmosphere that you can actually feel watching something, which I think can be said of very little other things.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Usually you need to be there to feel that atmosphere, but it's just something that's so palpable, just even through a digital connection.
Yeah, well, I went to a sports bar down in Sydney when I was down there over New Year's, and they had one of the Korean games going, and it was a couple of days after New Year's, and they had one of the Korean games going, league games, in a sports bar in the middle of Sydney, and there's 40 people standing there watching that, and 3 people watching the footy game that was on.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay.
It is mental. I have to say also, I know South Australia has a very, very active community, and I'd hate to say it, but a less toxic community than the rest of OCE. But we've got some very active publicity officers that generally they hire places like Marion Cinemas and such for season streaming.
Yeah. Well,
James, everything.
James went to a world stream, didn't you, James?
Yeah, we went to the University of Queensland's own theatre, which is probably about 200 seats, maybe 250, 300. Yeah, pretty big, like theatre, and they had it up on the projector, and we went there and watched. They had like pizza and stuff. But yeah, the university games were just on last week or the week before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The University League of Legends tournament.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, I saw the boys training up in Z Block.
Is that UQ?
At QT.
Oh, QT, right.
Yeah. But yeah, no. UQ, QT, Griffith, and then like the other southern universities were all taking part in it.
Okay, that's really cool.
Look pretty involved.
Yep.
I mean, some of the players that play at QT are like challenger level, so.
Yeah.
We've got some here in SA as well. So there's a massive rivalry going in SA at the minute between Uni SA and Adelaide Uni. There's like 5 teams on each side that just they don't give any ground to anyone. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, so it's pretty awesome. I think.
Oh my god.
Well,
I was just reading. Someone's like, imagine Mordekaiser with the Elder Dragon.
Oh no! How are they going to do that passive? Really?
This is the end. Seriously, they're going to start
end.
Armageddon with it.
Gosh.
It's kind of like what was that? Yu-Gi-Oh? Someone was it Exodia?
Yeah, Exodia. Yeah, the 5.
Exodia, and it's just like
Exodia.
right. Yeah, no, game's lost. You've lost. I've won.
Yeah, sorry. I just got the 5th piece. Bye.
Yeah, same as Magic the Gathering. Phage the Untouchable. If she deals damage to you, you lose.
It's a great card.
That's the assassin one, isn't it? The assassin person. So if there's no monsters to
no,
defend on the field.
Yeah, but no, they had a counter for her. So if you were forced to play it from anywhere other than your hand, you lose the game.
Yeah, that's true.
So if they force you to play Phage from the graveyard, you've lost.
Yeah. It's just a reversal.
There was a lot of balances, and same as Exodia, you had to get 5 cards out. That's that's a challenge in itself.
It doesn't happen often.
And
if someone sees 3, they're gonna clear it.
I really think that they'll need to keep a real close eye on Mordekaiser with that Elder Dragon, because that's going to be nasty. And
it's going to be strong.
Yeah. Well, I guess that leads us
to it. That they're really going to have an upset community, because it would just mean that Mordekaiser becomes 100% pick ban.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I guess that does lead us into the sorry. That does just lead us into the whole concept of like what do you feel about the current meta of League? Like
Well, the current meta is currently tank tops, like tanky champions. I mean, all they need to do
Tank that
is
does damage, you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, all they need to do is just buff Blade the Ruin King, right? And then it goes away.
Yeah, I know, but then you have the rise of the Vayne again, which
that's what I want.
We witnessed, and it was not great.
Honestly, I honestly think though with Vayne, there are enough long range carries who still have a very high damage output that she won't.
Oh yeah,
she won't ever have the superiority like she did for a little while there.
Yeah, against Caitlyn. Against Caitlyn, yeah, no, Vayne doesn't stand a chance.
But there's a few champions that do it now. It's enough.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just going to put this out there that Caitlyn is really, really strong and really oppressive currently.
Yeah, and it's really, really funny because she just feels like such an underwhelming champion until you get to the end of game, look at the stats and go, I did that much damage.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is I think what Reebelt's saying is that like if you watch competitively. If you watch her win rate competitively is skyrocketed recently.
It has skyrocketed, but it's always been strong with Caitlyn. It's just I think it's mainly because of her kit that it doesn't feel like you are doing much.
Yeah, well, I guess most of her damage is auto attack damage.
It's a headshot.
It's a headshot damage.
Yeah, it is the crit from the bush headshot.
And if you combo it correctly, like if you hit them 3 times, headshot, net away, you can headshot them again because you get an instant headshot as soon as you net.
And then ult.
And then if they step on any traps, you get headshots again. So it's just like...
Yeah, alternatively, you could just do the whole, let's do the whole bronze dive of net into them.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that.
It doesn't
and then
happen.
You can also
no one ever does that.
Yeah, I know. No one does. Sorry.
Sorry, James.
What do you mean? I don't play Caitlyn.
No. True. No,
I just Vayne tumble into people. That's what I do.
Yeah, look.
Well, if you're tumbling away, you're probably using Vayne wrong.
Yeah. Sideways, mate. Sideways. Always keep the same distance. But I guess what else? So you got your tank tops. I guess you're seeing a lot of Caitlyn bot. The Jhin ADC sort of started to tilt back off again, hasn't it?
The problem with Jhin is he has a really safe laning phase and no really bad matchups.
Yeah.
So he's so strong, and he runs away if he gets fed. So
yeah.
It's I've actually found I've played a few against him bot.
Yeah.
And I find Jhin is highly dependent on the support champion he's played with.
Yeah. But that is very much an ADC thing. That's why it's a two-person bot lane.
It is very much, but I have to say with ADCs, there's ADCs and then there's ADCs. There are some that can quite easily hold a lane by themselves against 2 people, and others that absolutely need a babysitter. And if that support disappears, the ADC is dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think that is a very strong point.
Yeah.
Is that you? Yeah.
With the mid lane, I think emphasis is on burst assassins. I think currently, and
whether it be AD or AP in mid, it is burst.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of
control mages like Orianna and Azir are still played a lot as well. You just don't see them as much in lower elos. I mean, people still play them up the top.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a lot more of them played in the support role instead.
Yeah, the mage supports are very much a relatively staple thing.
Yeah, when you're going for an assassin mid, you'll usually see like a control mage sitting in support.
But you can play Lux into Zed into Azir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Into LeBlanc, like it works well. Like anyone who has lockdown.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that you've got if you got the you got Lux. Lux is a good example. I think Vel'Koz is still a pretty good example. Not that it's played very competitively, but
Vel'Koz is the main counter for Azir at the moment.
yeah, because everything is that distance, the range, you can
Just
go around the wall.
outranges him,
Yeah.
outmoves him. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. You see so many like Yasuo's, Zeds, LeBlanc. Who else is assassin mids?
Fizz.
Fizz, yeah.
Fizz has been
Seen
very
Diana again a lot.
I haven't seen too much Diana. Yeah, I have seen an increase, admittedly, but not to the same degree that the other assassins really make an appearance.
Yep.
Ryze is still really strong mid if he's played well.
Yep.
Okay, that might give him a go.
And then you do see a lot of, again, this a competitive match thing that sort of filters down, but there's a lot of poke assassins going, poke ADCs going mid again, so hybrids, Corki, going mid again, which is interesting.
Ezreal mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always been a staple. Like the one amusing one was remember when Ashe was played mid.
Yeah.
That was it was stupid.
Yeah.
It was stupid, but it worked. So it really isn't stupid.
One of the big picks mid currently is Karma.
Yeah, Karma's so strong right now.
Very strong.
Gosh.
Karma's always been strong. It's
Since
never
the rework.
It's never been so much the damage. It's just been. It is impossible to kill her. You half kill her.
She's the bait
and
queen.
she's halfway across the map.
Yeah,
it's just
bait queen with a shield.
I cannot catch her. I cannot catch her. It doesn't
with a
work.
Shield, yeah. But yeah, no, that the empowered Q damage that comes out of nowhere after the, you get the, so your W's a snare, the chain, or your E's the chain. I can't remember.
You've got to slow a shield.
So you've got a chain that stuns on I think it's your W, and then the Q empowered Q like damage after that is just amazing. So and then junglers are very diverse right now, I feel.
Not really. You're looking at like Kindred, Nidalee, like in higher elo. You're looking at Kindred, Nidalee, Gragas.
Yeah.
Gragas is a really interesting champ that you quite often see him on again, off again in the Pro League.
Yeah, I play him a lot. He's my
tank top again
AP
now.
tank. I mean, he's still really strong in the jungle.
Yeah.
But you build him and you max Q first, and you run Runic Echoes on him, and he becomes more of an AP bruiser.
Yep.
Yes, I'm going to run up to people and punch them.
Yeah, well,
throw a Q, jump.
Gauntlet damage is just ridiculous with the Sheen proc.
I'm really waiting. Does anyone remember Jungle Braum?
Jungle Braum. I did it once or twice, but it's just.
It was slow, but I'll tell you what, it was hilarious.
It works really well with the Masteries, right? With the Strength of the Ages, he gets extra damage off that. So.
Yeah.
It does work, and it works now, which is even more funny because they were trying to stop him disappearing from support.
Yeah.
Yeah, Braum's awesome. He's probably my go-to support.
Elk has put the line out saying, "I don't know."
Yeah.
Gosh. Sorry,
Elk is our resident CS:GO
guy
expert. They follows the pro scene quite closely.
I mean,
quite often ends up in shouting debates with a few other members of Era 404.
I'm literally always right, though. Just think I'd let you know that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe is any sort of points that we want to bring up just before we bring it to a close. First episode.
I think there's just a lot of diversity right now, and I think a lot of things are viable. Can work if they're played properly. I mean, the pro scene has what it thinks is the best, but I mean, you can literally play Rage Blade Teemo jungle, and you could probably get to Challenger.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Devourer Rage Blade Teemo.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know you can get to Diamond.
I've done it. I've done it with the what's the bow called? I just had a mental blank.
Yeah.
Not recurve bow.
Runan's
Hurricane.
Yeah, you build Devourer, Hurricane, Nash's Tooth,
Rageblade.
Rageblade.
Are we
hybrid
talking
damage is real.
about Kale or are we talking about Teemo?
Bit of both.
About Teemo here.
Yeah. But yeah, the poison stacks on top of everything else. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. That's. I guess the diversity is the biggest thing. I guess next week we'll have a bit of a chat about CS:GO more so much. It'll be my turn to be the quiet one in the corner.
Yeah,
that will be a first there.
AK-47, Desert Eagle.
Deagle, one shot, headshot. Yeah.
One dig.
Only thing I know about CS:GO is that AK-47 one shot headshot, and the M4 is not. That's the only thing I know.
All you need to know, mate.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, point and click.
Well, actually, it's really funny because the SG553 or the Rear Commando that anyone is familiar with in the old CS is also one shot headshot depending on the direction the enemy is facing,
and depending on the range. It drops off pretty quickly. Yeah.
It does. The further away they are, the lower the penetration rate. But you know, it's why the counter-terrorist teams. But mind you, they've got a silencer. It's like, you don't see me on your map, I don't care.
I bet it's fine for me. I use the A4. I don't use the silencer. I
Yeah,
just go
I know.
balls deep, balls to the wall.
Well, yeah, that's it. Admittedly, you know, that's the advantage that the counter-terrorists have over the terrorists. The first shot of the AK, highly accurate. Second shot, not really.
So much.
In space.
Yeah, M4, the M4 1AS, hold the trigger at their head, they're dead. I think it's, the first 4 or 5 are really, really accurate.
Mm-hmm.
The M4, I think it's a next second shot head, and it's like variations on that depending on which way you're moving.
A1S, if you
Yeah.
shoot at neck with the A1S, you'll still hit the head on the second bullet.
Yeah, I know, but the M4 is a guaranteed, but the A1S you can actually just hold at their head and then double tap.
All right. Well, I'll have to pull you up here, boys, because you're taking all of our content from next week away from us.
We're not. Trust me, we've got a lot more.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I guess the last few things what we could do is, Easton, if you want to give us a bit of a rundown of where people could find us. We've got our TeamSpeak server, which is a big part of our community. It's
actually it's the pivotal point of our community. It's how everyone keeps in touch. It's one of the best resources out there. Its sound quality is amazing. I'm sorry, Skype. I know you're easy to use, but I don't like going digital every 20 so seconds. It might be a critical point of the game, and I just don't understand what 3 teammates said.
No.
So our TeamSpeak address is 101.179.39.58. We've also got our webpage, which is www.dropbeargamers.com. And our Facebook is our most active and with the most up-to-date information, possibly like server restarts and such, or events that we're having, is www.facebook.com/DropBearGamers.
Yep. And also, you can, on DropBearGamers at Facebook, you can see when silly people like me on our community start doing streaming and things like that, so that's always fun.
Did they start doing silly things?
Yeah, silly things, that's right. But yeah, outside of that, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being here, everyone. That's the moment where everyone says thank you. Good job, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well scripted. Well scripted.
How much are you paying me again?
Sorry. Yeah, what? Sorry, you're dropping out. I can't hear you. What?
No.
Break it up.
I'm sorry. I think I've just lost your webcam feed.
Oh yeah, just dropped out. Yeah. All right, no worries, guys. Thank you so much for having us, and we'll look forward to seeing you all next week. Thanks.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Catch you all.
Peace.